Hi there and welcome back to this week's trade recap. It's the same as usual, but I would say I have some interesting things to explain today. So let's get quickly to Tuesday because on Monday we really have nothing to show. I started the week all the way bearish because I thought that because we inversed this 4 hour, I thought that we would run all these lows because with all this momentum and we have been bearish since they've started this thing with Iran. I thought that we were going to run these lows, but that isn't exactly what has happened, as you can see. But if we zoom in on Monday, we were really low on the market. This is the AM session. I was still bearish because I thought, okay, we have this sweep of buy-side liquidity. We are still extremely bearish and maybe we have something to short here. And if we zoom on the 2-minute on Monday, we do have a decent trade because this is the buy side liquidity that was swept. We were still extremely bullish, and below here we have this equal lows, which is a good target. But because we were so low, I didn't have a lot of confidence in us hitting the lows below here. So I only had confidence in these equal lows. But when we inversed this 2-minute, we were well below what I had planned, and my stop loss would have to be something like this. And for me to take this, I couldn't just target the equal lows. And because I didn't have confidence in these lows, I didn't take this trade. We can say that I could take it, as I have done it a lot of times. I could have taken this trade, and if it was a break even, at least I tried something. But I didn't want it because we were so low and we could still rebalance. I would say that is some sort of a mistake. I could have taken this trade, but this isn't the best type of trade. We had already swept this, which isn't the best. This isn't the best liquidity we could have. This is a good trade. I could have taken this. I should have taken this. But this isn't a huge mistake because this isn't the type of trade that we really like. But it's something to have noticed. On Wednesday, same thing. We were still inside this 4-hour inversion fair value gap to the downside. We had swept this high. So to me, I was still bearish. And if we zoom on the 15 minutes, we see that if we inversed this 15 minute to the downside right here, we could have a confirmation play. But it didn't happen. And if we zoom on the 1 minute, right at open, we swept all this trendline liquidity. And we swept liquidity. We have still the delivery of everything we just saw on the left side, and we have a good iFVG. Now, this isn't the best, and as the trade I just explained on Tuesday, this is one of those that we take, and we know that it will probably be a break-even, but it is a really good break-even, and I have a lot of confidence in it. So if it is a break-even, it is, and if it is a win, better yet. Now, it wasn't. We held the 15 minute that I just showed. This is the break-even. It inversed on the 1 minute, the 2 minute, and the 3 minute, and I took this trade. I got stopped at break-even, and the break-even really saved us. And there wasn't really something good as well. We did inverse this 1 hour to the sell side, but this isn't the best thing because we will be targeting a fixed RR, which would be something like this. This would be the stop loss, so the 1 hour will be this, and this isn't the best trades we can take. This fixed RR is good, and a lot of people do it. I am just not used to it, so I'm not even going to explain it. On Thursday, this is the one that kind of hurt my ego. We ended up sweeping all this buy-side liquidity, so once again, bearish. But we did try to go to these highs, we couldn't. We swept sell-side again, and we did inverse this hourly. So I thought that, yes, I am bearish, but the market is showing bullish price action and bullish structure. So maybe I am wrong, and I should look for longs. So when we inverse this 1 hour, I was looking for longs to this high, which was a mistake. If we zoom on a 30 minute, we can see that we did have this BPR almost to the tick, and we swept this high, making this one a soup and the rejection block. So any short out of here would be really, really good. And if we zoom on a 2 minute, we see that just after sweeping this, we did have an inversion on the 1 minute, on a 2 minute, and on the 3 minute. And if we go even to the 30 second, we see that we do have a confirmation play. So even if we didn't trust this one, the market showed us another play that we could take, and it was a confirmation. So if we didn't take the first one, we could have just taken the second one. And even if we didn't trust these lows below, because this was already high resistance because we have already swept it, we could have just targeted this one right here. And just this would be a really good trade. 1.2, 1.3 risk to reward. A quick scalp for us to take. And I did miss this one, and it is something worthwhile mentioning, and that's why I said that this was an interesting week. On the rest of the day, this is best shown on the 1 minute. This was lunch session, and I was still bearish, and we started forming some liquidity here. And this is a steep trend line liquidity if we do look on the 1 minute, but I am still bearish. We are holding PD arrays to the left side. We just swept some liquidity and we have a lot of momentum to the downside. If we go to the 30 second, this that was too steep on the 1 minute just becomes a beautiful LRLR. And if we did take this on the 1 minute, this movement here would be a break even because we swept these lows inside the fair value gap, and I would have gone break even here. But I told myself, I remember saying that to myself, okay, if we have some sort of confirmation play out of here, we know that when we have a play after the trend line liquidity, usually that is a quick play and a plus trade. So I told myself, if something like that presents, I will take it. But I stopped looking for the charts because this is lunch session. And on lunch session, things don't usually show as we wanted them to. So I dismissed this. I have looked to the charts a lot of time that day. So I stopped looking at the charts. And this played out, which is just beautiful. I had the pleasure to watch it go without me. I don't think I have to explain it a lot more. This is a V shape after the LRLR with a lot of liquidity below here. Bearish price action, bearish draw on liquidity, bearish bias. This is something really worth taking, and I didn't. So this week was kind of lame to me, but we did have some really good examples. Coming out into today, we did have NFP and we left this data high. And usually I wait for the data low to be swept and then I look for a long, but that never happened. We just went far and far away from the data high. So when I understood that we did inverse this 1 hour to the left side and we had such weakness, I said that okay, we have a lot of momentum to the downside. This isn't looking bullish at all. So I changed my bias to bearish, and right here we left relatively equal lows. And if we zoom on the 1 minute, this is even better. We have all this zone here. This is a lot of liquidity. And I told myself, if we do tap this 15 minute, I will take a play to the downside. But because we were so bearish and we had inversed this 1 hour, we retraced to this 1 hour and delivered from it, and we went to the lows. I was being too picky. I have been too picky all week because I haven't taken a lot of trades, and we only tapped the 15 minute on this high, and on the high that I wanted it to, it didn't. And if we zoom in on the 30 second, we have this play right here. We swept the liquidity that we had to sweep on the left side. We were still delivering from the 15 minute. We swept external, we swept internal. We had this change in the state of delivery at the same time as the inversion of the fair value gap, and I just didn't enter this trade because I was being too picky. This closed below. I started arranging an excuse that this wasn't the best, and it did close below, so this doesn't have the best RR, which it didn't. It was just a 1-to-1. The stop loss would be around here, and the TP will be around here. It isn't the biggest trade, but it is a trade to take. And I was still looking for more shorts after this because this isn't the best sweep. We were still left liquidity here to another day. But that was it for this week. We did end up targeting this that high, but we didn't have good setups to it because if we go on the 15 minutes, we have all this zone and we don't have the biggest and the best sweep for us to have a lot of confidence, at least in my opinion, to go to this at a high. That's it for today. I ended up that week break even because I only took one trade, which was the one on Wednesday. The other ones I just stood watching them go without me or end up being break evens as well. I really like this week's because it does teach us a lot of things, but it sucks. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.